So is hypnosis real, and why do you need to know about it? First of all, you might be watching this out of curiosity. You might be watching this thinking, I don't believe in that shit. Well, I'm about to explain something to you that's gonna fuck with your mind. The fact of the matter is, there are more studies done on hypnosis than you could even imagine. Every single fucking drug in the world is tested against something called the placebo. The placebo is a suggestion that a doctor gives a patient, and the doctor in that moment acts as a hypnotist, someone with authority, someone who has complete control and focus, where the person completely pays attention to that individual. They then give them a suggestion and they say, hey, when you take this fucking pill or this shot, you will experience this result. And every single medication in the world is tested against it. A fun fact for you to know, over 90% of cases of people who take antidepressants have no significant difference than someone who literally just takes a placebo. It is the pure belief that you will get better that actually makes the difference. Most of the time, people think hypnosis is this thing where you go sleep, they close their eyes, and that's it. The truth is, it is so much more than that. You go into hypnosis 1,000 times a day. As a matter of fact, you're in hypnosis right fucking now. You don't even know what it means. So let me explain to you what hypnosis is, how it works, why you need to know it, because it will make you rich. It will make you fucking famous if you want. It will help you find the love of your life. And more importantly, it's something you do more than anything else. You go into a hypnotic state almost as much as you, actually even more than the time you're asleep. A third of your life is spent sleeping, and about 85 to 90% of the time of you being awake is spent in hypnosis. No one says that, no one talks about it, because that is how everyone controls you. That's how the algorithms on social media work, by hypnotizing you. That's how commercials work, TV works, books, education, everything that you know works based off of hypnosis. I'm about to show you how it works. I'm about to explain it to you. So the next time someone says hypnosis isn't real, you could look at them as the fucking zombie that they are and tell them to shut the fuck up because they're ignorant as fuck and they don't know what they're talking about. Now, I don't take offense to someone saying hypnosis isn't real. I just look at the person as a victim of their circumstances who has no fucking control over where their life is going. If you genuinely want your life to improve, you want to make more money, you want to have everything you've ever set your fucking mind to, then understand that the hypnotic trance you're in, the autopilot you're on, is taking you to where you want to go. So let's give you a great example. When a pilot takes off in a plane and he has a 15-hour flight across the world, do you think he sits there on the controls like this for 16 hours? You'd be fucking damned if he did that. Of course not. He gets to a certain altitude, presses a button, and is in autopilot. And that autopilot response takes him all the way to where he wants to go. You have been programmed a certain way. Your internal world has certain beliefs that then take you to where you are programmed to go on autopilot. If you're programmed to make money, you will go in that direction. If you are programmed to be in shape, you will go in that direction. If you're programmed to be happy and look at all the joy in the world, that's what you're going to experience. And unfortunately, if you're programmed to be stressed or anxious or unhappy, you will experience that as well. So how do we control our mind? How do we take over the autopilot that has been programmed into us so deeply? That's what I'd like to show you in this video. So we have positive stimulus and negative stimulus. We have beliefs that we want to go towards. That's the positive stimulus. Now, something to clarify. A positive result that most people would consider, a positive emotion, unknown, something we're familiar with, isn't always good. If you grew up in a broke household and you grew up in an abusive household, you might view that as a known, as a positive. So everything you go towards unconsciously, on autopilot, will be out of scarcity. No money, abusive relationships, abusive people, low self-esteem, shitty self-talk where you talk shit to yourself all day long, you don't feel good enough for anything, you don't feel like you deserve anything. That could be a positive association. Or you could have a great positive association to wealth and a great positive association to relationships because you had great models to look at. That's what you got programmed for unconsciously. So on the outside world, reality, right? We have good things and we have bad things. Your perception of it, your filter of it, depends on how you've been programmed. Now, your brain has this filter on 24/7. If you think you're supposed to have more money in your life, all the opportunities for money are going to show up for you, and your brain is going to say, oh, look at that. And they're going to get right through, and bam, bam, money comes in your life. The opportunities you're looking for that allow you to make more money are right there. A great example of this that I often like to show people is this. Most people think they have bad memory. They don't think they have photographic memory or in any way, shape, or form can memorize multiple things at the same time. I'm going to show you a number now. I'd like you to memorize it one digit at a time. Do you have it memorized? Great. Now you do. It's 23, 33, 43, 53, 63, 73, 83. Do you have it memorized now? Of course you do, because there's a pattern of focus that has changed. You will never look at this number again in the same way. So before you looked at the fact that you could not memorize it. And suddenly, with a new pattern of focus, you can. Just by changing your pattern of focus, you change the way you see the world. Two people walk into an environment. One person looks at the world and says, I have nothing. I am unhappy. I am ungrateful. And the other person walks into an environment ecstatic, empowered. They feel incredible. Now you might be sitting there and you are already empowered and you already feel ecstatic, or you might be the latter, which is someone who's a little bit unhappy, looks at the world in a pessimistic view. Either way, if you want to improve that, I have a program called Path to Power. If you are interested in reprogramming your mind in 3 days, I have a gift for you. Click the link in the description and get yourself Path to Power right now. It will change your life. Now, if you don't have the money to buy Path to Power, there'll be another link in the description called the Simple Course. It's a free course I have that I would like to give you to allow you to shift your mindset. It'll show you how to reprogram your mind and shift your focus absolutely for free. If you're ready to go to a more advanced level and you want to reprogram your mind immediately, get Path to Power below. Now let's continue. So the filter you have in your mind is truly your hypnotic state. Your programming is like we're going here. The filter says, I'm going to ignore everything else around me. When you're on social media or you're reading a book, you tune everything else out. It's not like you consciously made the decision to tune out your classmates or to tune out your friends or the noises in the background. Your brain automatically tunes it out because you're going to a trance, a state of focused relaxation. And you immerse yourself in another world, the book, the movie, social media, this video. And that is a trance. It's a state of hyper focus where you zone out from reality and zone in on one thing. Words, thoughts, an image, a movie, a stimulus. That's hypnosis. Now, the question is, when you zone in on things in your day-to-day life, do you zone in on opportunities that make your life better? Do you zone in on the opportunity to attract the money you want? Do you zone in on the opportunity to find the mate you're looking for? Do you zone in on the opportunity to take your company to the next level? Most of the time, instead of looking at what we can have, we focus on what we cannot. You focus on the economy. You talk about why it's not working out. This didn't happen. The person I hired is not good. My wife fucking nags all the time. Why are you focused on bullshit? Just because your programming tells you to pay attention to that? No one is ruining my fucking day. I don't care if it's my fucking employees, my parents, my friends, my sister. I do not give a shit. No one's gonna get into my fucking head and ruin my day because I have control over my trance. I'm the best hypnotist in the world. Not only because I understand how to get into someone's head in the most efficient way and make a permanent change instantaneously, faster than anyone else in the world, but I'm the best hypnotist in the world because I'm also the best at self-hypnosis. What takes people years or decades, monks, take decades to get into a certain state of mind. I can do it like that, and I can help you do it like that. Whether you get Path to Power or you just watch my videos, I'm going to show you how to do it now. So your mind has these programs. If I'm able to shift a program in here, you automatically shift your filter. And then you shift the way you see the world. Most of the time we think if something changes out here, it'll change something in here. But what you don't understand is that everything you want out here, the money, the relationships, the health, all that shit, all the opportunities to do it. You want a goddamn six-pack or a better body? The gym is down the street. It's not just going to appear suddenly. The food you should be eating is right there. It's not just going to appear. The money you want to make, the strategies to make them are already here in existence. The person you're going to end up with, already here. The boundaries you should set, already here. It's not like it's suddenly going to appear in your life and bam, now you've changed. That's not how it works. You change, your filter changes, and then you see what you need to fucking see. That's how it works. So what I'd like to show you is not only what I'm saying, but an actual study that proves this. They took 100 participants, random, chosen at random on the street, and they took an actor. And you would walk up to people, 50 of them, he'd walk up to them with a warm cup of coffee or hot one, and 50 of them he'd walk up with a cold cup of coffee. He'd say, hey, can you please hold this for a moment? Go down, tie his shoe, and he'd say, hey, thank you very much, grab the cup of coffee and leave. About 15, 20 minutes later, someone would walk up to these participants, and they'd go up to the people with a cold cup of coffee, and then they'd go up to people with a warm cup of coffee, and they'd show them this text, a few paragraphs, and they'd say, hey, can you please tell us how you feel about the character that you have read about? 89% of those who had the cold cup of coffee said that the character had exuded signs of no empathy, colder personality traits, wasn't a very nice person. And I think it was 90%, so 1% difference. So those that had a warm cup of coffee said that the character was very loving, very warm, very empathetic, very caring. Well, what changed? It's the same exact paragraphs they read. The only thing that changed is that 20 minutes before, they held a cold cup of coffee or a warm cup of coffee. That little thing when you're on autopilot, walking around, primed them differently, altered their filter, and then changed their perception of reality, of the outside world. It didn't change reality, it just changed what got through this filter. And instead of focusing on either the negative or the positive, whatever you're used to, it now primed you. How could you prime your mind for the day, for the month, for the year, so you always focus on what you want? Well, I'm about to give you a hack. So often we focus on what we don't want. We focus on our bills being due and how we're not going to make them. We focus on the breakup and how you're heartbroken. You focus on the past and what you used to have. When you focus on these things, you're priming your brain to see what's wrong. What I like to teach people is to focus on the future and exactly what they want. Do you have clarity? Ask yourself this question. Do you have clarity on exactly what your future should look like? Do you know the amount of money you want to make? Do you even know what kind of person you want to end up with? Do you know what kind of friends you want to be around? Do you know how you want to wake up in the day and what your routine should look like? If not, you got to gain clarity on this. You got to spend time. It's not going to happen instantly. It's going to take time to think about it. But you spend the time to think about what you want. And when you think about those things, suddenly you've primed your brain to look at what you want. And before you know it, all you see is positive things around you. All you see is opportunity. The opportunity to make more. The opportunity to be more. If you're liking this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up right now and support my channel. I'm here to change your life. So give it a thumbs up. Let me help you change your life. Let's help more people change their life. Make sure you're giving this a thumbs up because I'm about to give you the biggest insight I have given you all day, this whole video. Here it is. Success is simple. If you are programmed for success, there is nothing you could do. Nothing. Because you're going to be on autopilot 85 to 95% of the time. Whether you like it or not, whether you choose to do it or not, 85 to 95% of the time, you are on autopilot. And because of that, whether you choose to be successful is not up to you. It is up to the autopilot, the programming, the hypnosis you are in, the trance you are in. And if that trance says, I'm going to be successful, even if you try to fail, you're going to win. Simultaneously, if you're programmed to fail, I don't care how bad you try to win, You never will. So how do you know what you're programmed for? Good question. Look at your life right now. Are you where you want to be? Do you have what you want? If the answer to that is no, then you're not programmed to get what you want. And you have to change that. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that with me in Miami, in person, together. I'm going to help you master your mindset. I'm going to help you go to the next level. I'm having a seminar July 25th to 28th at the time of this video. If you'd like to come to another event, you're watching this on another day, go ahead and click the link in the description right now and see when my next event's going to be. And fly out, doesn't matter where you're at in the world, let me help you change your life. If you're watching this before July 25th to 28th, 2024, make sure you click the link in the description right now and secure your seat at my next event. I will take you by the hand and I will help you change your life. You're sitting there thinking, let me check my schedule. Should I do this? Are you sure you're thinking that? Or is it a program in your brain that's making you look at the negative, telling you not to do it? Is it something that's holding you back one more time? Something that's saying, maybe not me. Oh, I get what he's saying. No. Take control of your fucking mind right now. Click that link in the description and get your ticket because I'm going to help you create the life you want. I'm going to show you how to program your brain so you no longer have to get your own way. I'm going to show you how to do it the way I have done it, not just for me, but for so many other people. Let me help you change your life. So make sure you click that link in the description and get your ticket to Mindset Mastery. Bring your friends, bring your family, whoever you think needs to change their life with you. Because I'm telling you, it's lonely at the top if you're the only one who's willing to put in the work to get to the top. But if you bring your friends and your family with you, it ain't so lonely. As a matter of fact, it's even more amazing when you bring everyone up with you. Make sure you bring them to the event because I want to help all of you change your life. And if you like this video one more time, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, share with some friends, and I'll see you in the next video.